Okay, so I had to adjust the brakes. So what I did, of course, I chewed that cheap ass shit up with my teeth. No. I pushed this, I loosened this up, pulled the wire back, and then tightened it. I advanced this item right there. I loosened this wire, advanced this item, pulled back on it, then tightened it up. It took me a couple tries to get it right, but that's the only thing I have had a problem with was the brakes. This thing runs like a bat out of hell. With me just pedaling it on number 2, it runs at about 12. So I'm gonna take off here. Okay, so just pedaling along, I go at 5-6 miles an hour. Then I put it on number 2, and I'm moving right down the road at 8-9 miles an hour into a headwind. You know, that's sustained 9 miles an hour. But it's kind of hard to turn when you're going real fast. Now I'm just going to turn it up. That's just the power now. That's it, 15, 16. And there's a pretty strong headwind that I'm blowing into. You see that Spanish small stuff sideways. I run out of room. Oh. You hear my brakes squeaking a little bit? That's the only problem that I had with it, was it going, the brake in was a little too slow for me. It was going a little too fast. Now I rode up here, it's about 3 miles, it'll be 3 miles round trip. It's like 1.8 each way. We'll just call it 3. And it hasn't moved it, and I let my neighbor ride it around the parking lot. He's the one that's like, the brakes are a little too loose, so I didn't want to go that fast. But I think it's pretty hot, you know. I'm gonna do some updates on it, you know, just as part of my being an activist. This is gonna be my vehicle, you know. This is my activist vehicle. Prepare for activism. I don't know, because we have a parking problem here in Gainesville, and a bicycle, you can park it on the sidewalk. You can change it up to anything, blah blah blah. That's the battery I dropped. I plan on getting another battery. I'm gonna get me a black box like that. It's bigger than a milk crate. That's why I use that. Nothing fits in a milk crate. At least you got a little bit more to work with there. But I'm gonna get a new box for it. It run pretty good. I mean, you seen me gas it. That's not that far. I mean, that's like a block. And I was up to 16 and had to cut out, you know, because I run out of parking lot. It's fast. I don't know how fast it'll go, you know, downhill with me pedaling, blah, 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 you know, and the wind blowing right, but it's pretty straight, I think. And I got me this little bar up here to put my lights. I bought that online. It's a little add-on bar. And you had to throw the waddings out. It come with waddings, like to line the bar with. It didn't fit because this starts fat and goes skinny as it elongates. So, and I didn't realize it, this tube frame has a hole in it here, and I guess one up there that, you know, mills into the battery. And then you got this inlet that goes in there, and then it comes back out there, and that's down to the back brakes and stuff. And it's got a wiring harness. It goes through the middle of the tube. Now, this is an aluminum frame. It's not supposed to be steel. It's a lot lighter than my Roadmaster. That's the same size. I wore that wire out. It's got thousands of miles on it. I ride a bicycle a lot. Keeps you in shape. But this is only for cop watching. That's all. Cop watching assault vehicle. I'll have it all sawed up where I don't have to get off my bicycle like I have my other one. And it comes with them white walls. That's hot. I like it. It's a pretty nice bike, but I threw my Schwinn seat on it, and my Schwinn cargo carrier. All that's pretty strack equipment. I've had both of those for like over 3 years. But this here VTUVIA MC100 says riding is the scenery. Riding is the scenery. MC100. It's kind of cool, like a battleship gray. The other one I was hoping for was the olive one. I didn't want the black one. I kind of like how this kind of, even in a low light, it still kind of is visible. Now I wanted to get me a motorized bicycle. I bought the bicycle from Walmart, a beach cruiser, and I was going to put a 100cc motor on it. But I found out in the state of Florida that is illegal. It's not illegal to pedal a motor around in a bicycle frame, but when you start that motor and propel yourself down the road with it, you're breaking the law, and I don't want to do that, especially, you know, while I'm out cop watching. But I like it. I think it's pretty hot. It's pretty fast. If it'll do if it'll keep me pedaling a few pedals a minute, and it'll give me 10 miles an hour sustained all night, that's great. But as the night wears on, you wear down, you know, and I'm planning on getting another battery, so I have 2 batteries where I just switch over. And a key, you can put a key in there and it opens the battery off of the rail. I didn't really have a problem putting the battery on the first time. I was just a little scared, but it only took a couple hours, y'all, to get the battery to come up to full charge, and I left it on there about an extra hour. You had to put air in the tires, but everything else was grits and gravy. And I'm pretty happy with my $579 purchase. There goes the Gomer right there down the road on an e-bike. A lot of people that have them around here have them weird looking contraptions that look like they fell from Asia. I wanted to go more, of course, you know, like the engineering aspect of it, you know, the big frame with the big tires, you're gonna get, you know, once you get it going, inertia will help you. And you want to save the motor, from whatever I understand. When you take off, when you don't want to use the gas to take off, you want to pedal off. And then once you get up to a nice speed, you know, you have your little controller set on 2 or 3, and then you strike, you know, strike that in, and next thing you know, you're doing 15 miles an hour, 14 miles an hour. I was doing 11 here, but no problem. And I had my seat just a little too high for me, causing a little knee discomfort. But I like it. There's some things I could do. I could get the handlebars up higher and such, but it seems to me like that's mounted. I tried dicking around with it, but kind of scared me a little bit to like break the seal on it. But I like it. So that's it, the VTUVIA MC100. Bought it at Walmart on the 3rd of July for $579. Thank you, Walmart people, for brokering that deal. And I'm signing off.